Welcome back to round 6 of the UK regionals. Right now, we have two players we've already had on stream today. We have Julian Thomas piloting X-Antibody and Jolie, who was just on stream with Mastemon. 3 undefeateds left, so potentially last round if the pair down loses, but quite possibly one more as well. So we shall see. So the 3 undefeated players we have Imperial, Aaron, who's been on stream twice, Joe on Master and X-Antibody with Julian. So see who's going first for this game. We're going to see X-Antibody player going first. He's just playing a UG. We do see 2 outs to the X-Antibody combo of Breath of the Gods plus Oriumon in the degradation already in hand. So that could potentially come in very clutch later, but not a good hand from either player it seems right now. Might just evolve into that Creepymon for the ability to draw and choke his opponent to 1. Will not be able to resolve his effect because there's only 1 Digimon on board fully. Will still call him to mill the top 2 though. I believe he does have a Hell Scythe in hand. So we did not hit a target. We just hit BT3 Lady Devi. So you will not be able to play that back off of a Hell Scythe. So 1 degrade gone though. So X-Antibody player is aware of that. Might cause him to play a bit differently. Judges talking to the players right now. Warning for someone. I don't know all the details, but I'm sure we'll see. She goes into that Doruga. He puts the Daruga under. Cannot degrade because we only have a purple source right now. He does just drop the Angel and give that Dorugramon -2 security. An Oriumon could just kill the Angel. As long as he doesn't have a yellow source, we will be safe from that degrade. So let's see what Julian's going to do here. Does have a Dorugor on hand. Don't believe he has an Oriumon though. Does go into Dorugor for 3. Can only get to 5 sources with this effect plus Yuji, so not enough to kill the Angel Woman right now. It's 15k plus 1 check, but it does have -2 from Angel Woman, so unless he can put another Dorogray in the stack, will not be able to do damage. He just got up to reboot instead. He's just trying to build the stack up now, so it can get to that point where it can pop stuff. Gonna pass over 2 memory. It's gonna reboot. So next turn he'll be able to blow up that Angel Woman if it's still on board. But he does have a yellow source now, so the degradation is live. Quite possibly we just see that come down and put that Dorogor into security. And we do see that exactly. So it's going to put it to the bottom, trash the top 1, try and hit something like a Koto or a memory boost perhaps. Just a Doromon. Do see some important pieces gone though from the X-Antibody stack. We do see 2 level 5s gone. And if he's having a hard time before, potentially might not have a full chain right now. We'll get 2 off the UGs, which have that bond-like effect where you promote an X-Antibody, you can gain 1 memory and draw 1 card. Extremely good in multiples. You can play Ryuda, can add a UG and an X-Antibody, so you will get the full value of it here. Still missing level 4 it seems though. Just seen the 1 Dorogora so far, so it's the problem with these level 6 decks. Sometimes you just don't see the full stack. We've seen it a lot today. The red hybrid deck earlier was missing pieces, the black wall grey was missing pieces. That's why cards like Memory Boost are so important. You find that missing piece you need. Still no level 4. He's going to take the Oromon just because how critical it is in this matchup. He knows 2 degrades are gone, so 2 is a lot. 2 degrades is very standard for a Mastemon deck, although Joe's playing 3 here, so you might think he's safe if he can just get to an Oromon. He might opt for this Ryuda just for an additional search, though. He's pretty desperate right now, but he's going to chance it. Hope he can draw into level 4. He's going to swing Doramon at 2. He hits Magna Angemon. You know, Health Life's in hand. That's definitely... Joe is very excited to see that end up in trash first check. See a third Yuji come down. He's fortunately not a Kota. He is playing 3 Kota, 4 Yuji, so... Unfortunate, he's only seen Yuji thus far. Just going to Health Life, pop one of the Ryudas, play the Magna back. And cover 1. I'm surprised he's not swinging with that creepy. He should potentially be trying to put him on a clock, although it is only 11k, so it does die to any level 6 in security, but you don't want to give the especially these for EUGs, you don't want to give the X-Antibody players too much time to set up. So use 2 degrades, so if you can get an RU going, in his eyes he might think he's safe, but there is 1 more degrade still to get through. He's going to hard drop a Dorogway for 8, give his opponent 3. Do have a Black Gatomon, we do have a Lady Devi. No rookie still though. Cannot Jogres this turn. He's going to start swinging at security. 6,000. Do you see another Doramon of security, so just gonna go with Fanimon for he's just gonna go Mastemon for 5 here. Still gets the effect to put someone in security. I'm not sure if it's mandatory or not, it might be mandatory. I think he might need to put someone in security with the Mastemon. So that is fixed. He did put the Lady Devi in security with the Mastemon, so just turns into a cover 1 of your choice from trash. Finally found the level 4, but he might be missing the level 5. He does just decide to go into the Oromon. He has another Dorogray in hand for next turn as well, so he does decide to put it under the stack. He might potentially risky. If he just degrades this Oromon, he might be out of level. It does look like he has the last Dorogray in hand, so Oromon, yeah, pop the Magnet. You do swing with the Mastemon here just to get the 2 damage in. Put him on a clock, end the turn with the grade. Gives his opponent 4, but he'll go to 7, so he will have enough to build a full stack again. Could be risky, but it's going to go for it. Does hit a Breath of the Gods, meaning that he won't be able to tap the Creepymon afterwards, but the second check still does go through. Does hit into a Kota, will help him search for what he needs if he's missing a piece. Didn't find anything too good, but it does get him 4 cards deeper into his deck to potentially find another Oromon if that's what he's missing. I believe he doesn't have a level 6, I believe it's just a Dorogray he has right now. Does trash the Grumble, so we know the last 2 security are Dorogoromon and Oromon, so does go up to 7. That Dorogray does need to get off the board. Have to try and get a judge to sort that out. I'm good at. That has been fixed. Oral Grays has gone to trash after that degrade. Continue on. He's power played a Sunariza for 3, I believe. He does have a Doro Grey in hand, but I'm not. So I'm not sure why he did that. Joe's checking trash, trying to see what he's used. He sees there's 3 Doro Greys in there. Does have the 4th in hand though. Just gonna see him go up into it. Does have the Alphamon, so there's 3 degrades gone. That is a potential line next turn. It is immune to deletion as well, so if he establishes that Alphamon now, next turn he will be able to Breath of the God, so it can't have his DP reduced, and potentially put in a lot of damage here with the Sunrays of the Doro Grey and the restand potentially next turn, so he does need to live though. Mastemon will be doing 2 damage. He knows the security is nothing too good. Might have to use Ace Aeryogen to de-drop that back down so the security attack +1 is lost. Can just go Ori. Ori will be a blocker and it will be 15k, so we'll be able to wall off the Mastemon for a turn. And the creepy mon. It's not got nothing trash to get any DP gain from it. Just think he's gonna play it safe and go for the Orion. Does need to put something in stacked for it to have deletion immunity, and it does put another Ginryu in, so Joe could potentially just set up a wide board here. He has an ogre in hand. He can play and clear that Sunariza. Gets scary if it comes back another turn to Julian and he can push out again and get these Yuji draws. Might just look for a Gato to try and get something he needs here. Still have 3 bodies. The Oreo doesn't have that good. Can't really clear any boards either. So anything he plays now should stick around. Ace only kills 4 cost or lower, so does find another Mastemon. Certainly not what he's looking for, but it does help him dig deeper. Never mind. It's exactly what he's looking for. He has everything else he needs in hand. He has the health size, so he can play a yellow from trash as well after going Lady Debbie next turn. So granted, the Oreo is immune to deletion still, but will probably be this turn as well if he opts to use Yuji. He's going to use 1 Yuji. Imagine we'll see in Breath of the Gods, because as it stands, it does not have a reboot, I believe. I believe that might have been a misplay, potentially. I think he might have thought he was still at 3 memory Does happen when you get into these high temp situations, but it's 4 damage on board. There's no blockers. He knows what the last 2 security are. Oh, there's 1 blocker in the Hisiaru, but if you swing Mastemon, you force a block. And you can go. You can also just. It's 3 damage on the Oreo next turn, so. Might be able to close the game out with this Sunorisamon potentially. Do you see Elusamon get trashed here? Not going to do too much against the Oriumon. Is 10 in trash now, so Quipumon does become 14k if he wants to swing with it. Did just draw the Magna Angemon, so could heal 2 here, which I believe would put him out of range to die because the Oreo is just swinging 3 checks. But, so unless there's a Grumblemon in hand, that might be the line he takes here. It will pop the Hisiaru as well because of Mastermon's effect, so I believe he played that Memboost last turn, so he's looking at Hellscythe. I don't believe that gets him to full security because he's going to have to play the Magna from trash, so he's going to have to use the Jogress and won't be able to play another one. So I think he might have to Magna from hand instead. He does opt for the Hellscythe. Should only put him at 3 security though, unless there's another Magna in security. I think he missed the line there, but unless there was a Grumblemon on the X-Antibody player's hand, if he played the Magna, if he hard dropped the Magna to recover before Jogressing and putting the second one in. Oh, he did have one in security. Never mind. He will get the heal anyway. He's with the mixture of alt arts and normal. It's hard to it's hard to see if he has exactly what he's got in there, but he does have it. So should be out of lethal range outside of a Grumblemon. It wasn't an X antibody, so he doesn't that come out of Raisins, so he doesn't get the draws. So either if he has the Grumblemon in hand, I don't believe he does, but he might need to swing with the Sunraiser first, just to make sure. Looks like he's digging for it. He has a Mem boost. He's only at 3 memory though, so he doesn't have enough to play it and search for it. Yeah, there's not a Grumblemon in hand right now. He's only playing the 1. I think that's all 4 Dorogreymons used as well, so there's no other way to get in security right now. It gets awkward sometimes with that Sunraiser Mon, particularly now you got Yuji. If you only have a rookie in Raisin, you won't get that memory sometimes. It can be certainly vital. He's put Dorogoro in stack to try. He can play the Ogremon and pop that Dorogoromon right now. Extremely big. And he's just going to scoop up from there. So particularly clutch. He had one more chance to draw the Grumblemon from the Doremon. So Joe will take this game 2-1. Pretty close. Fortunately for Joe, he saw all his degradations early, so they certainly did help this matchup. It can be rough if you don't see them, but not bad in the slightest. So could potentially be the last round, depending on how table 2 gets on. If that is the case, Joe will be the winner overall. If we're just going to find out what's going on table 2, we're going to keep you updated. So if Aaron, who is paired down, loses, Joe will be the winner overall of the tournament. Aaron is currently 1-0 up, so if he does win, we will get one more round between Joe and Aaron. Mastemon versus Imperial. So the players are just discussing the game. Nice. Yeah, we'll be back shortly for round 7, potentially the final round. If not, if Aaron does end up losing, we will let you know before that. But please stay tuned. Thank you. Apologies, everyone. Joe has been on stream so many times today that I got mixed up in what game he's playing. It's currently 1-0 to Joe, and we're going to game 2. That's just underway. It's been a long day, people. It's been a long day. All right, let's go back into the action. All right, so we've got Gimme and Raisin. We see the one-off Grumble in the trash already, so that will not be a win condition. We see a hard play Gatamon. And it's currently Joe's turn. He's dropping a TK for 4. There's one target here. Take the Salamon. Only target you can. Could certainly wish for better security. Outside of the Underwall's call, I don't think there was too much in there. No degradations, which are... We do see a response with the Kota, so... He's going to take the Ryudamon. He does have a Dorogoromon in hand, I believe, so I'm not sure if he has an Oriumon as well, but... Perhaps he's just trying to dig for a level 5, so... We do see the Magnemon in hand and a Mastemon. Might potentially just play the second Gatamon. His opponent can't get to Dorogoromon this turn, so he has one free turn to potentially He finds the Creepymon, but he does lose one degradation and one health scythe. He does have a Lucemon and Trash, so if he plays two searches there, he will be playing into the Creepymon, which will be able to pop that Coater potentially. We'll see if he's aware of it. Although Joe does not currently have a level 5 purple, I believe. So he won't be able to get into it. He might just be looking. He does choose to play Ryudamon, so he does play into the Creepymon. So if Joe somehow draws a level 5 purple here, he will be able to utilize that. He does have one draw with the Salamon potentially. He's going to try and find it. He does draw into seems to be a Wizardmon, I believe, yes. He does have one extra draw if he wants to evolve one of these Gatomons into a Magna Angemon as well. He does have two in hand, so he's probably going to look to do so. It's so huge if this goes off. Gets rid of the Kota straight away. Unfortunately, he only finds the Angel Woman, which means he can't even Jogress. He does choose to just go into Mastemon. Might just puts the loose one on security. I believe he still has to shuffle afterwards, but I will check that quickly. But I believe he still needs to shuffle afterwards his stack. He does need to he did need to shuffle security stack after. Even if you don't play something out, it's a separate line of text, so you still do have to shuffle security when you evolve Mastemon, even not by Jogress. So he knows there's a looser one in there. He does find the Doro Grey. Probably just going to set up a Dorogora in raising. Does hit into a Hell Scythe here. Doesn't have a good target, I believe. Just to tape him on. Did draw the Lady Devi off the Master one either though, so his next turn should potentially be very good. He does just set up a UG. Can look to pop the UG potentially, or the Kota, but I think the UG might be the better play. Does discard the Magna. We know he has Lucemon on security, so either if he wants a recovery or a pop a Tame, he can do either or. So it'll be a 14k Mastodon swinging at security right now. Just swinging for 11. Swings to tape him on, does draw cards. Looks like he's just building and raising right now. Does opt to remember this does give him the option of Jogressing next turn without passing turn if he evolves on that level 5. Lady Devimon is an 8 play cost, meaning it cannot be outed by Orumon or Dorogorumon next turn. It's 1-1 in Aaron's game on table 2, so potentially could be the final round if Aaron loses this game 3. See the Dorogoro can swing over the Mastemon. It is 15k right now. Does have blocker, but unless he can get a reboot underneath, it's not going to be too important because he does need to answer this Mastemon. He can get reboot under, he can swing, and we'll have a blocker, so we'll be able to survive an extra turn, it seems. But I'm not sure if he has his Ciara in hand. She's going to swing it into the Mastemon, I'd imagine. He does get a memory back off the Doragon here. Does have a Breath of the Gods as well, so he could be able to use that before passing turn. He just opts to put a Dorogreymon in. He can now Breath of the Gods and give a reboot to that Dorogora, so it will be alive. He should have potentially opted to use that Yugi. So next turn it will have an extra card and source to blow up an extra target potentially. He does have the breath, so it will have a reboot and once it has the immunity to DP reduction. So it's only 11k though, which means Maste can kill it on attack if it tries to block. He's at 3. He can move out. He can evolve and Jorogress Maste without passing turn. It's also not immune to deletion, I believe. The Dorogreymon was in raise in the turn before, so he can pop it with Lucemon. He can Jogress, pop the Dorogora, and pop the Ryudamon with Lucemon. It's insecurity. Evolve Angel Woman. Can Jogress her out passing turn. Does put Lucemon in security. Does clear the board here. Mastemon can still attack as well. Unfortunately, wasn't able to evolve on that Ryudamon to give decoy to live that. Can just play a tape in next turn. We've seen the Grumblemon already milled at the start of the game, so there's nothing Julian can do here, and he's just going to scoop it up. So Joe takes this one 2-0. If Aaron loses this game 3, he will be the overall winner. Otherwise, we'll have one more round of Mastemon vs Imperial. I believe they're just discussing stuff. Signing the match slip now, so I will let you know shortly what's going on with table 2, and we'll see if we will have one more round or if the tournament is over. Okay. Yeah, so we will be back shortly. If there is some immediate happens in the game at table 2, we will let you know. But otherwise, we will be back for round 7 shortly.